The Coast to Coast is the most popular long-distance hike in Great Britain. It starts at St Bees in Cumbria and it finishes at the other side of the country at Robin Hood's Bay in North Yorkshire. I hiked the Coast to Coast in May of 2023. On my own, I camped some nights and I stayed at B&Bs or hostels on other nights. Join me on this incredible journey as I navigate some of the toughest hiking that the UK has to offer with a 17-kilogram backpack, exploring some of the most beautiful places in the country. On this journey, I'm very open about the realities of solo hiking such a monumental route and struggling with loneliness and fatigue as I push my mental and physical limits. With that said, please sit back, relax and enjoy watching. I woke up after a good night's sleep at the Ennerdale YHA and went down for some breakfast. I had porridge to start with, followed by a full veggie English breakfast, which was the perfect way to start a day of long, tough hiking. Okay, so I'm ready to check out, and yeah, this day's been great. Breakfast was amazing, I slept really well, and if anyone stayed in a hostel with the YHA before this year, so anytime from last winter before then, you'd know that they asked you to strip your bed, but they can't ask you to do that anymore as of some point last year, because since COVID, like most other businesses, the YHA has struggled getting the people back in, so they've thought a way to help is to not ask them to strip the bed, because obviously some people see that as a hassle, but it really helps the people who work here, so I still do it. So just a word of advice, if you can just strip your bed, it takes like 2 minutes, but it makes a difference to the people who have to do it, you know, who work here, who have to do loads more to set up. So, as I was saying before, just a word of advice to anyone staying at youth hostels, especially with the YHA organisation, strip your bed after you stay, even if they don't ask you, because I went to Honister Youth Hostel back in December and the man actually said we'd appreciate it if you would strip your bed, but we're not allowed to ask people to do that anymore. And I always strip my bed anyway because it saves them a job. And I was like, why? And he said, well, because COVID nearly killed the organisation, you know, the YHA, as it did with a lot of businesses. So they're doing, you know, like making things more, I suppose, commercialised in a way that would appeal to more people, to get more people to come here. So if you think they're acting a bit more like a hotel, that's why, because a lot of people are a bit wary of hostels. They don't like the idea of sharing, but to anyone who's thinking of staying with the YHA, definitely do it. Every single hostel that I've been to, and like with the YHA anyway, have been just really, I've had really good experiences basically. And yeah, I know I do go for private rooms, but that's not to say that I wouldn't stay in a shared room if it was the only option available. And I have done them in the past. It's just, I don't know, I suppose it's my anxiety, because I don't know, sometimes it's worse on days, sometimes better. And that's not me just saying like, oh, I've got a bit of anxiety. Like, I've been, you know, it's diagnosed anxiety disorder, so some days it really hits me and I get very, you know, panicky. Kind of ties into last night when I was going to bed. I was happy and I was, sorry, my bottle's creaking. I was happy, I was content, but I couldn't stop. I suppose it wasn't a full-on panic attack, but I had to keep breathing like that because I really struggle with homesickness, and it really affected me last night. And it's most nights, to be honest, when I'm away. In the day I'm fine, in the mornings I'm great. It's always around sunset, after sunset, ironically my favourite time of the day, but when it's just me, I get really, I don't know, melancholic, I guess. So yeah, I was struggling with that last night, but I managed to fall asleep quite quickly, so it didn't last long. Anyway, that's a little update. So yeah, anyway, strip your beds when you're done. It's a big help, you know. It takes you a few minutes, but it's a big help for them. Wow, just watching the sun hit, it's really special. Love it. It's very green, and these parts are just honestly something else. Little cabin there, and if any of you wanted to do the high route up Haystacks and all the others, you'd be heading up there. So through this gate here and on that grassy path, and all the way up there, obviously up on the fells. You know what, I was gonna say, if I wanted to, I would. I really don't. I'd love it, honestly, but you know, to see Bottomere and all the views and be walking along the fells, but as I was saying yesterday, it's getting up them. So I'm happy taking the valley route, and it means that I get to pass the Black Sail Youth Hostel in about 3.5 miles, which is exciting. I've never seen it before, I've never been down here before, that's why. And it's just the location and the pictures and the videos that I've seen, you know, I'm excited. Even though I'm not staying there, obviously, mainly because it's so expensive. It's part of the YHA, but for some reason the Black Sail is just so expensive to stay at. Something like a shared room was like over 100 quid a night. Don't understand why. Maybe it's the location that really sought after. So up there, the thing you can't really miss with the bit sticking out, I believe, is Pillar. Wow, honestly, just anywhere around here, but especially there, what a wild camping spot that would be. You've got the river, it's just so remote. You're not going to get anyone bothering you there. It's nice and flat, sheltered by trees. Oh, just don't light any fires. not in there anyway. If you absolutely have to, do it on the rocks here. But oh wow, this is just something else. I've got to come back here and have a little camping trip. It's amazing. You've got all the fells surrounding you. You've got such an expanse of woodland. Oh, this is gorgeous, honestly. They're the first hikers I've seen since I set off from the hostel exactly an hour ago now. I've done 2 miles, which is pretty good going, to be honest. So I mean, yeah, walking 2 miles an hour, that is the average pace. There's just a giant boulder there just between the trees. It's like a massive erratic or something. Must have rolled down at some point, but I wonder how long it's been there for. Otherwise we'd see the patch in the trees. That's mad, just there. There's no trees growing around it. I don't know, it's just cool. It's very cool. It's nice seeing the light green tips on all these trees. You can see the buds are just starting to, you know, new ones are starting to grow, and some still have the brown bits on. Sorry, I don't know the technical words. I just think it's really cute, all of them. Wow, this one's got loads of bright green ones. Oh, there's a sheep just chilling. Don't want to scare it off. Oh, look at it. Oh my god, wait. Is that a lamb? Oh my god. Oh my god. No. It's got a little black lamb with it. No! Oh guys, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh. That is so cute. It's alright, they're feeding. They're good. I'll leave you guys be. I'm glad you're both alright. I was worried it was sick or something. Little man. Oh my god, you guys! I didn't see that. Wow. Hello. Don't mind me. Come on, guys. I love sheep. Here it is, black sail. Wow, it was a trek to get here, and this road is so rocky. I don't see how any car other than a car like that, you know, really high wheels can get up here. stopped at the Black Sail for a break to have a snack and make myself a brew. I stayed there longer than I'd have liked, as I was the first to arrive, and before I knew it, hordes of other hikers soon followed. Many left to continue on before me, and it turned out I seemed to be the first to arrive, but also the last to leave. And I'm not sure if I liked that feeling, to be honest. I suppose I just wanted to truly take in where I was, the idyllic Black Sail that many people dream of visiting. April 14th, 1933, the Black Sail first opened to the public and has been a sought-after place of accommodation due to its unbeatable location, resting behind Haystacks and facing Pillar. I didn't just want to arrive and then leave straight away, so I did stay a while and talked to several other hikers, also on the coast to coast, who I'd keep seeing for the next few days every now and then, though none of them were carrying a backpack as heavy as mine. And given the ascent following the Black Sail, I was reluctant to leave this spectacular sanctuary. I stayed at the Black Sail Youth Hostel a little longer than I expected to. I planned for like a half an hour to an hour rest, coffee, snack, but I was there for about an hour and a half, maybe closer to an hour and 40. Honestly, I was putting off this next bit, going up there. I met up with a few people. It's just me at the moment. One of them's ahead there, a man called Pete, and there's a couple behind me, Meg and Martin, and we're just going at our own pace and dreading this next bit. They said it was well, not the hardest one, because there's more to come, but this one's up there apparently, so we'll see. I can see Pete all the way on that ridge. That's the way up, just between there. Oh, and I'm not getting to Grasmere today, there's just no way, so I think I'll stop off near Rothswaite, somewhere around there. There's a few campsites. There's also Borrowdale Youth Hostel, but as much as I'd love that, I do need to get my tent out. I want to get it out, so there's a couple of campsites around I'll check out, I think. I can just about see Buttermere and Crummock Water down there. Oh my god, I'm so happy.
This one over here, and down to here, and then up to this point.
Wow.
Somewhere. We could, but it's got a lot.
Yeah.
I suggest, you said, you have plenty of gentle, regular exercise, like walking.
Yeah.
I haven't done much walking, she said. Yeah, build up and then go for the walks.
Wow, I'm so glad that I saw Buttermere and Crummock Water, and sorry about the wind. I don't know how well you can hear me, but I'm going to turn around, and when I need to keep moving, when I'm editing I'll zoom in on there, but I don't know how well you'd see it. But what I can see is Dub's Hut, Bothy, which is quite hard to spot because it's well camouflaged. Down there. So me and Sam stayed there. We walked through that quarry and all the way down in the pitch black in gale force winds with nothing but our head torch or phone torch in October 2021, and it's up on the channel if you want to check it out. It's the two Bothies one, because we stayed in Dub's Hut and in one Scale Head, which is just over there somewhere. Over there. Awesome, it was amazing though. Scary initially, but a great trip. And yeah, so just walking, and I got talking to a lovely elderly man who's just about to turn 76 in a few weeks, he said. And he told me this really interesting story of this elderly woman he met not long ago, and she was, I think he said 80 or just over 80, and she had a health scare when she was just about to turn 65, right before retirement, and she survived, and she was hospitalised for it, so they got her on early medical retirement, and the doctor said he suggests she does daily exercise and set herself a challenge. So considering she lived in the Dales, she's not far from the lake, so she said, oh, I'll do those Wainwrights. So she set herself the challenge of doing all 214 Wainwrights in a year, which she did, and then continued to do for another 20 years. So she did all the Wainwrights every single year for 20 years in a row, every single year for 20 years. I can't even fathom. I mean, considering she did that in the 60s, 70s and 80s as well. How amazing, and it's just astonishing. So he didn't say a name. I think I don't know if he knew a name, but wow, like what she would have done in those 20 years after the age of 65, sorry, I'm facing away from the wind, is more than what most people would do in their entire lives. Not only just exercise, just experiences as well. Amazing. Anyway, I'm slowly ambling down here, just taking in the views. I think this is just something else. I think I'll be heading into Borrowdale, Rothwaite tonight, and just find a pitch or something, put my tent up, hopefully get a pint, because when you do hikes like this, and I'm not speaking for everyone, but for a lot of people, all you want is a nice cold pint at the end of the day, or 2 or 3. So hopefully I'll get one tonight. We'll see how it goes though. descended down the steep and rocky path towards Honister Slate Mine, which was a killer on the feet. I stopped at the cafe there for a much needed rest, coffee and cake, where I also bumped into another hiker, Pete, who I had met earlier at the Black Sail Dock. Yeah.
Wait for furicated.
We walked down into Borrowdale with some other hikers, and we stopped at the YHA for a pint and a chat as we all sat together and told our stories. Probably raining, because it's the wettest valley in England, Borrowdale.
Is it?
We didn't stay long as Pete and I were staying at the same campsite just down the road, so we went there, pitched our tents, I said good night, got myself ready for bed and watched the sunset. I slept well, unaware that something scary would happen with another camper in the early hours of the morning. And a special shout out to all my Patreon members. Thank you guys so much for helping support me, and if you'd like to support me, then check out the link below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I can't believe